Nigeria currently generates an estimated 32 million tons of waste every year, making the country one of the most polluted nations in the world. And that's according to a report by the Switzerland Global Enterprise. The country's large volume of waste, however, provides a big opportunities in what is described as the circular economy. Let me get more insight into this from my guest here in the studios, Iduama Whyte, the product manager and business analyst at Tekena Associates. Good evening. Good to have you.
Good evening, Bussard.
Thank you. Let's talk to me about waste management in Nigeria, one of the highest in the world.
Waste management, as we know it, everyone knows about waste. You and I generate waste. But in our country, we do know what waste is. How do we manage it? That's the key question. Now, my state, Rivers State, have just recently inaugurated the Rivers State Waste Management Board, RIMASA, called Iduama. Now, Iduama is new, 22nd of August. It got inaugurated. You have some very good, bright people. Lagos here, you got like Loma, and then you have like the Nigeria level. Years ago. Now you have WAMASN as well, which is the Waste Management Association of Nigeria. Now, I wouldn't ask, what are we doing? It's the how more than anything. Now, we generate municipal waste. What you see there, you have what, I hate to call them scavengers, but they're people who live off waste. How do we optimize what we do? That circular industry you referred to, how do we tap into it and turn waste into something else? Before you do that, what have we been doing? We need data. What does the data do? Now, there are so many organizations out there managing waste. They will tell you waste to wealth, waste to a better economy, waste from scavenging. But really and truly, what is it when we say waste? What does it mean? Do we separate it? Do we transport it? Yes, we do. Do we transport it on tippers? Yes, we do. But how should we be doing it is the key thing.
So what are the key issues in waste management for a country like Nigeria, growing urbanized population?
Well, we'll break it down. I'll go back to my state, Rivers State. I know Rivers State very well. We still use landfills. Now that is the world over, people are moving away from landfills, but we have 3 landfills in Rivers State. Key parts of our state, Igruta and Neka Road, you have one. Ikwere Road, you have another one. Then you go to Riebe, there's another one.
At least I know one. At least one.
Where is the one you know?
I passed through one.
It's very nice, isn't it?
not so pleasant.
Okay, good. But it's a landfill.
It's a landfill.
It's a landfill. Yes. That's what it is supposed to be. Well, you should have it, but over and above your landfill, what are we doing? Now, waste at the point of separation, we don't do much. Your earlier clips
yes.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'll talk about separating paper from plastics.
It's so much. I went plastic fishing once, and that changed my entire life. Now, plastic fishing in the river, you're getting all the bottles, all the waterproof, so like aquatic life. Do not feed on that. Now, you feed on that aquatic life, so fish that is fed on plastics, what do you get? Your guess is as good as mine, right? Good. Now, if you think about it, people are doing it. People are making an economy. Our scavengers are making an economy. Now, the oil companies, the big IOCs in Rivers State, they separate waste at the point of collection. But is that happening for you and I? So is our waste, we have 2 kinds of waste, call it biodegradable, non-biodegradable. Now, those that can, you can turn into environmentally less hazardous gases and so on. Now, people said the biodegradable waste. Yes. Now, where do those occur? Where do we have them? In food and so on. And then you have like electronics, medical waste. But the key thing is that the data. Before you start doing it, there's a whole industry, very bright people. I have my good friend, Mr. Whyte in Rivers State, doing some very good work on the board. But it's, what do we do? How do we move from just disposing it? How do we transport it?
So what's Rivers State trying to do?
Or trying. They're doing, not trying. Don't say trying. Rivers State are doing something.
Okay. So what's Rivers State doing?
Rivers State are doing something. Many people are doing something, but it's the how. So we're talking about the how.
So you think data management, so that's it. What could help? Let's chat to that, how to deal with the rising environment pollution, especially waste generation.
Everyone talks about, when you talk about waste, we have trucks, we have contractors who cut this waste away, 100 trucks a week. But the key thing is, What is your waste? How much does it weigh? You've just had a figure there, 32 million tons a year, Nigeria alone. What does River State generate? Years ago, it used to be 570K. That was the figure bandied around. Now, is that correct? Is that wrong? We don't know that yet. But if you go to a landfill, what you would see is like this big borough pit. People are dumping waste in there, and then you have this red earth covering it. Do we build incinerators? People are building, but it's gone a lot more technical. You know, I just borrowed something from what Alhaji Dangote said the other day. That one truck he has generates 6 jobs, right? So he has 400 trucks. You do the math. So if you have a proper waste disposal and waste transportation truck fitted with what it should be fitted with, right device, right IoT, sends information from the truck to the plant and bringing waste. It is cartons, it is medical waste, it's all separated. Now you know what quantity. You can begin to predict. You can begin to say, look, you know what? I'm not going to shove everything into a truck and dispose it to a landfill and Mr. B comes and start picking it from the land. You want to do it more scientifically. There are bright people, but it's the data aspect that we need to work on and say, look, here is money sitting at well, say, here is money, here is health. Wasting in this borough pit. We're going to bury it like it's dead and then find a borough pit somewhere else and start doing the same thing all over. Yeah.
So what's the Kenya Associate doing?
Well, what we're doing is we're trying to, I hate to call this a brainwave, but everyone knows what waste is. What we're trying to do is work with bodies like, Iduama in River State. We will talk to WAMASIN, which is the Waste Management Association of Nigeria. Lawma, we will talk to and say, look, we want to provide a service. The technology is there, the tracking devices are there, but someone has to start building a big plant somewhere. Now, without those plans, we can work with state governments because that's where the funding for the money is going to come from, unless you start doing what investors do all over in some parts of the world and build these plants
for investors.
Exactly.
Yes.
But before that happens, it's optimizing the process so you and I can at least breathe better.
The government should step in.
They should lead and then give room to people that can say to them, look, it's not just getting 100 contractors, give them, each brings like 3 trucks each, and then you move it. No. We have to do this differently. You go to Mile 3 in Port Harcourt, we have a waste disposal. There's that, we crush the cans, we crush the waste, but that's not enough. It's a case of that waste we generate. What are we doing with it? What can we do with it? What should we be doing with it?
So that's thinking waste management beyond packing it up and disposing of it.
Beyond Mama Yabo selling me stuff, put in a newspaper, and waterproof, I take it away, I shove it outside somewhere. It goes in the air. So we need to start saying, in your home, if I ask you, how do you dispose waste? You probably put everything in one big
waste basket
and chuck it. But if I say to you now, look, start putting Gary waste, put here, soup waste, put it here. Your cans of beer you and your friends have drunk. The bottles of beer, the bottles of whiskey. Don't put them in the same can. At that point, and then we come round, or someone comes round, we as in the globe, the royal we, come round and start to
that looks like
picking up your waste.
You're talking about like a multi-million-dollar business.
Well, I don't know.
It's music in my ears.
Well, we can start from Arise, funding it. And then we can come and play.
It's a part of infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Requirements in Africa. We need to clean up the environment. There are climate issues to deal with that and all of that. So I'm sure it's a conversation that we're going to have again and again. But of course, we appreciate what you folks are doing.
Thank you.
In River State.
We're working with it when it's out,
Okay. Work with us also in Lagos. This is where I live.
We will do.
So, thank you. It's good to have you around.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Do have a pleasant evening. That's it.